Short little video right here, but it's just been announced by Adrian Wojnarowski that Chicago Bulls forward Patrick Williams is expected to miss the rest of the regular season with a left wrist dislocation. Sources tells ESPN he will undergo surgery soon. Williams was the fourth pick in the 2020 NBA draft, and he had actually been showing amazing progress in the summer league, and had been somewhat quiet, but with a lot of flashes and a lot more efficiency this year. And he injured his wrist this past Thursday night when he landed on his wrist on a drive to the rim after getting caught up in the air by Mitchell Robinson on Thursday night. Now, with that being said, it does kind of juxtapose the Bulls, because let's look at these stats. Through 5 games, he's been playing 25 minutes, and he's been amazing. He's been shooting 50% from the field, over 50% from the field, 50% from 3. Grabbing almost 3 boards a game, not even assists a game, and basically a little over half a steal a game and about half a block a game. Okay, he's really been the perfect right now role player for this loaded Bulls team, where the starting lineup is DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, and it's just a very loaded team, and Lonzo Ball also being there, and Patrick Williams is more there for defense and just playing efficient basketball. Even though when we look at a game against the Pelicans where he hit both of his threes, it was a big moment. So now it does put this team in an interesting position, because you gotta replace him, which I think they're fine with Troy Brown Jr., who Troy Brown Jr. is underrated in my opinion as a two-way player in the NBA. Okay, he's a guy that I think deserves a lot more credit than he gets. He's a good player. He's a good player, and this was just a small little video. I just wanted to talk because of this injury. So expect Troy Brown Jr. probably to move in and get those minutes. Maybe Derrick Jones Jr. also to start getting minutes there. Besides that, do you think they play Ayo DeSumo as a small ball wing at 6'4", or maybe do they move, DeMar and Zach LaVine play the forward spot, with LaVine being the small forward, and then you put DeMar power forward, Vooch at center? Do you run then Caruso at shooting guard, or do you run Javonte Green, or do you want to run Kobe White out on the floor? Because you can also move Kobe White and go a little smaller, but if they want to keep the size, then we'll see some Derrick Jones Jr., maybe some Troy Brown. I think the best option is Troy Brown right there, in my opinion, if I had to put somebody together. But besides that, yeah, it's honestly, it just sucks when anybody gets hurt. It's a dislocated wrist. The one thing that we could talk about that maybe might be the saving grace of all of this is the fact that they said he's out for the regular season, meaning that it gives us hope that he potentially could be back for the playoffs, because this is a team's expected to make the playoffs. If they don't make the playoffs, this whole thing is getting blown up. But besides that, I really didn't expect to make this video. It was just it happened. I felt like this needed to be addressed. It sucks. This guy is a guy that I think he was going to be. I'm not saying he's the next Jimmy Butler. He's not, or the next Paul George and the next Kawhi Leonard, but I thought he was going to be the next player in the similar vein of those guys. When those guys came out in the NBA draft, they were supposed to be NBA ready defensively, and if their offensive game catched up, they were going to be two-way phenoms, which they became, 20-point scorers. And I believe Patrick Williams is in the same vein of player. So that's my thought. I just think it sucks that he got hurt, and you don't like to see anyone go down with injury, but that's basically it for me. I'm gonna head out.